Have you ever wanted to fuck anybody in the past? I'll tell you this. Before I knew what homosexual was, me and my buddy, we used to sword fight all the time.
See, you dick skin?
I was like about Isaac's age, maybe 6 or 7 or something. And then after, like, his grandparents had like a pool, right? So we would swim and all that stuff. And then they're like, all right, now it's time to change because it's time for the barbecue. So then at that age, it's like they let us change on our own, right? So we went to his room and then like we're all changing and then his wiener's out and my wiener's out and we start fucking dangling it in front of each other and we're like, sword fight! And I don't know why we just started doing it and then we're just like, yeah.
Wait, like you guys can actually touch them though.
Well, if you.
Because I picture you guys like literally like this, because your tiny little wieners, like how are they gonna touch?
No, yeah.
Also means you guys had to be hard.
No, you don't have to be hard. You could have a limp dick and then that's like, cause all you need is like this and then you're like.
Just a tip.
Yeah, just a tip. And you're like.
Oh my god.
But I don't think that was a homosexual thought. It's a homosexual. It's not even a
It's not a
homosexual.
homosexual.
It's like accidental too innocent.
It's just curious.
Yeah.
Homosexual, yeah. Well, okay.
So it probably has to be something after that age of adolescence, right? Like you have to like know what homosexual is and then think about it.
Yeah.
Then I guess I wasn't a gay kid.
When I was in high school, I was trying to figure out if I was gay because that's when I first learned the concept of gay. And I'm like, dude, people are coming out, they're saying they're gay. How do I know if I'm gay? So I was like, dude, I gotta figure this shit out because I don't wanna be confused my whole
I remember having
life.
those same thoughts.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't wanna be confused my whole life. And then later on, I'm like, fuck, I've been fucking girls this whole time. I should have been fucking dudes. So I'm like, I gotta figure this shit out.
So by this point, you weren't a virgin anymore. And you were
No.
questioning if you were gay.
No.
Oh.
But I don't know. I mean, when you're
If you never try, how would you know?
Yeah,
You can't just be like, I'm vegetarian. Have you ate meat before? No.
and it's a new concept. Like in this day and age, like kids are exposed to homosexuality at a very young age. So like you can walk down the street and you go to like some hipster ass neighborhood and you see 2 dudes holding hands. Your kid will be like, "What's that?" And you explain to them like, "Oh, okay." But like growing up in our generation, that wasn't very like people weren't as open to coming out.
Unless you lived in San Francisco.
Unless it was San Francisco. So most people were like, kept a closet. And then so I didn't really know what was going on. And then, so one day I was like, okay, I gotta figure this shit out. And then I had my Toshiba laptop and I opened it and I'm like, all right, first I'm gonna get hard, watching my normal shit. And then, porn, yes. And then I'm gonna turn to some gay porn and if I thoroughly enjoy it and I'm about to come, then I'm gay. So I pulled down my pants, there was windows on the side, so I was like, alright, so before I figure this shit out on my own, I better close the blinds.
You better light some candles.
I close the blinds.
Turn all the pictures away. Don't look at me, Mom.
I pulled down my pants, and then I started jacking off to the regular stuff, and then I was like, alright, cool, I'm ready to go. I turned on to some gay stuff, and immediately I just went soft. I'm like, oh shit, alright, I guess I'm not gay.
Do you remember what you watched? What it was?
I think it was like, it didn't even get that far. It was just 2 guys, and as soon as they held each other's faces and they're about to kiss, I just went soft immediately. I was just like, whoa.
You didn't even see any hardcore
You went, and you fucking puked all over your Toshiba. That's why you don't got a Toshiba no more.
It was almost like as soon as you see like, there's a difference between man butt cheeks and girl butt cheeks. So as soon as you see like 2 man butt cheeks coming, I'm like, why is it so fucking muscular? And then you see like these fucking dangling dicks, and then 2 guys that are start making out like, and you're just like, whoa. It was too much. After that, I was like, let me try a little bit of gay, and I would watch threesomes with 2 guys, and that don't fly either.
That's not even.
Now you didn't buy it.
No, and then those 2 guys aren't even fucking each other. They're fucking the girl.
But just having 2 guys
too many
in the same
guys
room naked.
Too many guys in the same
Too many
scene.
dicks.
So you
Yeah.
would never want to have a threesome then?
With 2 girls, yeah.
No,
But
with 2 guys.
Oh,
Like you
hell
and
no.
another guy.
No.
No, fuck that. I ain't getting pummeled.
That
Thank you. I only have so many holes to go around. I don't need 2
You got
of them
enough for
filled.
2.
You got enough for 3,
holes.
girl.
You got 3 holes.
No,
You could enjoy
where's
3.
the 3rd one? Oh my god.
You know what? You could be a shish kebab. One in the mouth, one in the vagina.
Rotisserie.
That's crazy.
Rotisserie Geo.
Yeah.
That's crazy how that happens for guys. I guess you, because when I never questioned if I was gay, because my sister was always like, I wish you were a lesbian. I wish you were a lesbian.
What?
I don't know. She's weird.
So you never questioned it and you just thought you were lesbian?
No, I knew I wasn't lesbian. Like, that was never like I was never like, am I not? It was never one of those things. But then I
You
remember
just
watching
knew.
that I was straight. Yeah, I just knew what I liked, and they all so happened to be guys that I was attracted to. But then when I saw like my first porno with 2 girls, I'm like, damn, this is kind of hot. Like I didn't get the same reaction as you, but I never once thought like I'm gay.
But I also agree. 2 girls, no guys.
Oh yeah.
It's kind of hot.
It's very hot.
But why?
But that doesn't make me a lesbian.
When I was like maybe like 6 or 5 years old, I used to be really curious. So in this time in my life, my mom was like super overprotective. She wouldn't let me see any kissing scenes. Like anytime anyone ever did anything like remotely like loving, like, you know, hugging or kissing or anything like that, she would cover my eyes. So it just made me even more curious. I'm like, well, I want to see what's happening, you know? So then whenever we'd be watching a movie and there's like a kissing scene, I would peek and I'm like, oh, so that's how they do it. So then once I gathered that information, I would go back to my friends and I'm like, so did you guys know that people actually do this stuff? So I actually got a friend and we started kissing and I'm like, girlfriend. I was little. I was like 7 or.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I was really little.
I remember a lot of girls did that in elementary. Like they just practiced and guys did it too.
Yeah, and I remember
But I
I would
wanna
even
kiss
get
my guys.
I would get pillows and I would like pretend it was Justin Timberlake when I was a little older.
Give us a
But anyways,
demonstration.
no. Because I got lipstick. I'm gonna get this all messed up.
All right.
So
This one wants to
these are my brand pillows. Okay. So anyways, I would practice a lot, right? So then I remember I would have like these thoughts and I would think the same thing. I'm like, well, what if it's not that I liked it or I didn't like it when I kissed my friend that one time when we were little, but then up until I was like 14, 15 years old, that's when I kissed like a girl.
Girl. Oh.
The time that I told you guys
At the
about.
party?
Yeah.
Well, you gotta
Wild
tell
child.
us again. What?
Okay, well that time that I told you guys about that, I'll tell you again. So we ditched school, we went to someone's house and we ended up drinking and it was like me and a couple girlfriends and a couple guy friends and then those 2 girls that I was with, they were best friends and so they would always make out when they would be drunk. So I'm like, okay, that's weird. And then they threw me in, they were like, well come on Tiffany, come on, kiss me. And I'm like, okay, screw it, I'll try it. So then we started kissing and immediately I was like, oh, your lips are so soft and like, it's just weird.
Isn't that a good thing?
No, I wanted a more rugged, like manly feeling.
Have
I don't
you,
know,
and
so
by
that-
this time you already kissed dudes already?
Yeah, so I had already
Oh,
kissed
I see.
dudes at that point. So up until that second time that my lips touched another girl's lips, that's when I realized I'm completely straight. Like girls are, that's not my thing.
I remember I was at my friend's house and we were all playing and they had like a bunch of junkyard cars. Like they had a lot of cars in their backyard. It was a huge yard. We were playing house and for some reason the boy and another boy was playing the mom and the dad. Who was playing mom. And
Hey,
then
you gotta work with what you got.
yeah, but then the girl that was in our group was playing like the brother or like this. Yeah, we're like
That's
we're
so
all. It was
cool.
all different, right? And then like me and the other girl was in the back seat, and then the mom and dad was in the front seat, and then they were driving, and he was dropping her off to work. When they're like, okay, bye, fucking, they went for a kiss, and then they left. I remember just watching the whole thing, and I'm like, I know I'm supposed to stay in character, but I just said, what? So they were just like, okay, going to work, bye. That's what happened.
Wait, would you have been like, if it was a guy and the girl?
It was the guy and the guy.
I know, but would you have said, if it was a guy and the girl?
Maybe, because I was
Because kissing was gross.
everything was gross. Yeah, I mean, it's not because it's guy and a guy, but it was even like, I never seen that before.
That was the first time you'd seen it.
That's the first time I see 2 boys kissing. And I was like, well, I guess they're just into character, you know? Like, they're committed to their role, you know? I was just...
What about you?
Crazy. I think I did the same thing you did. After that experience, I was like, oh yeah, I don't think I'm gay. But then once I started,
How old were you when you did that?
oh, I think I was like 14 or 15.
Yeah, I was the same
Yeah,
age.
I think that's the age you get fully aware of your sexuality,
Yeah.
and then you start asking questions, you know. And I think I quickly found out that I wasn't gay. But then like later on in life though, like I imagined like, well, you know, sexually I would, you know, I think I would like to try an orgy, or I like to try a threesome one day too. You know, like that. You know,
With two guys.
it's one of those things. It's like I'm open until
It happens.
It happens. I'm like, no.
I think it's like that for girls too, actually, because I've always had that curiosity too,
Yeah.
where I'm like, I've never kissed a girl, but then I'm like, would I be down like if it's presented, or like even having sex? Like he's wanted a threesome, and then it's like, okay, well, fuck,
Who
let's
doesn't?
well, let's do the threesome,
I know.
right? Like I might be like, yeah, I'm open-minded, I'm down to do it, but then once she's naked and it's about to happen, I'm gonna be like, oh, I don't know.
I already know a threesome would never work with her because of how jealous she is. So like, so if it was her and another girl and they're both bent over doggy style, if I'm doing Geo, as soon as I pull out of her and I turn over to the other girl, if I look at her face, she's gonna be like, don't you fucking I already know how fucking jealous she is. It would never work.
I think same here with Tim. I don't think that would ever fly.
It would.
for us.
No, if I would ever be down to have a threesome, I would want to do it with two strangers.
Too strange.
I wouldn't want.
I wouldn't even be there.
I wouldn't want you to be involved because I know I'm gonna be too jealous. And I would just
Really?
be like, no, why are you kissing her? Don't look at her. What the fuck? I'll be way too jealous.
Well, if you're open to that idea, are you open to the idea of me having a threesome with two other
No,
strangers?
because I want that.
That is the jealousy. That's the jealousy coming out.
We're just talking about
I
that.
think the same kind of thing happened with Tiff to me, except I was in my early 20s. So I was dating a guy, and he happened to be a bartender at a gay bar. So for like months, I would go see him at work. After just being around like the gay people for so long, I was like, am I gay too? Would it be cool? Like, you know, am I part of the crowd? Because I'm like fitting in here. And then so, because my boyfriend was a bartender, so at one point, me and this other girl were just sitting there, like kind of in front of him, like letting him serve us. And then he was like, you too, you know, doing that creepy like guy thing, like you too. And I was like, I've been wondering about it, so I guess I'll try it. And then I kissed her, and the same thing immediately. I was like,
Yeah, it's weird.
Lady lips.
Yeah, it's like it was okay, but it just felt like
Too
it
soft.
was yeah. It was just
I wish
weird.
you liked girls. Fuck.
So when you guys then watch like girl porn, like knowing what a girl's lips feel like, when you guys watch girl porno, when they're kissing, does that turn you guys on? Or what's the part of it that turns you on?
I think I'm okay with like watching lesbian porn, but I don't want to kiss a girl. I think it's probably the other stuff that girls can do. Like, cause they know, cause if they have oral sex, like they know what it feels like, so
Yeah.
maybe they could do it better than a guy could, but I don't really want to just sit there and make out with a girl.
So you just want
Yeah.
to use them for sexual
Yeah,
fucking
I
purposes.
had the same thoughts. I'm like, what would it be like for a girl to like go down on me?